In this episode, Ryan shares an unbelievable story that involves a problem tenant that left one of Ryan's HMOs. Ryan discovers that the housemates have been hiding the old tenant in the house for the last few months rent-free. Ryan chases the tenant out of the house, across the garden, and gets the tenant out on the same day. Let me know what you think of this episode by leaving Ryan a review.
Hey podcasters, I hope everybody is good on this fine morning. Where are we? Friday, 21st of August. I hope you've all got that Friday feeling. I certainly have. Just had some very interesting news a minute ago, which I'm going to share with you guys in a completely different podcast. It's about scaling my company, growing my company, and having another offer accepted for buying another hotel. So I'm going to explain all about that in another episode. But yeah, I'm excited. It's Friday. Just had that great news. Just had the Bentley cleaned. It is looking sick. Just about to go to a couple of meetings, talk to some partners. And this episode is all about a challenge which I'm actually going to deal with right now. Now, this is very unusual, this challenge. Maybe some of you experienced this. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you will at a later date as a landlord. So, I have a tenant in one of my properties who actually was supposed to have moved out a long time ago on the 3rd of July. They got into rent arrears. They moved out previously before. Okay, they moved out months before because they got into rent arrears. And then they cleared the rent arrears. I let them move back in. They've done exactly the same thing. Got into rent arrears back in June. Hadn't paid that one. And then they agreed to leave on the 3rd of July. Okay. They didn't have the money to pay the rent arrears. They came up with the COVID things, this, that, and the other. So I literally just said, okay, fine. If you just leave, surrender the tenancy, surrender the agreement, surrender the contract, and just vacate, that's fine. I'm not going to chase you for the money. Anyways, 2 days ago, we're now in August, the 21st. 2 days ago is the 19th of August. Now, that property, it makes a lot of money, okay? We've got lots of these properties. They're HMOs. It makes a lot of money, okay? Now, I've been very busy focusing on bigger things, bigger projects, taking on hotels, getting offers secured on, other hotels that we're buying. So some of these smaller HMOs, what's this one, 5 bedrooms, hasn't been my main priority. Now, I knew that we had a set of tenants moving in or a new set of guests around about, actually, no, sorry, that's not right. This particular property, that contract came to an end on the 31st of August, okay? So when this guy was supposed to have left, he hadn't left. It flowed over to July. There was only 1 month left, so we didn't even really advertise the property in the end. We just used it like as a crash pad for relocating some of our clients, relocating students, professionals, any friends that need accommodation for a very short period of time, because obviously we got it there, all paid for. So, friend of mine, his tenancy ended, right? His new property doesn't start until about a week or 10 days later. So I just said to him, no problem, just jump into one of these shared houses we've got. Just buy me 3 Cuban cigars. Monte Cristo, double Edmondos, I said to him. To get, they're about £32 each. 28 to £32 each. I just said, no worries, you and the partner, just jump into this house. And yeah, just buy me 3 cigars. You can stay there till the end of the month. Okay, so that helped them out to bridge the gap. Anyway, I sent our cleaner up there that works for us. He goes into the property. I have a quick look. I haven't been there for months. I haven't been to this property, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months, something like that.
If you're a landlord and you don't know how to increase your rent up to 199% using booking.com, then you're making a big mistake. Because every £1,000 of rent is now returning £3,000 every single month on booking.com. And you never have to evict a tenant again. I'm serious. Anyways, I created an ebook. It's called The Rent Arbitrage Machine. So I can show you exactly how you can increase your rent up to 199% on your own rental properties. Just head over to theyrentanyhome.com/freebook and just tell me where to send your free copy.
So I just pop up there just to have a little look. 2 other people have left. I just walk into the rooms just to have a quick look. Haven't been there for a long time. Yes, one person's left one of the rooms, keys on the side. Yes, somebody else has left the other room, but it's messy. There's not really stuff there. There's not clothes in the there's no evidence of somebody living there, put it that way. No evidence of somebody living there. However, it's used and it's a bit dirty, right? But there's no evidence of somebody living there. I mean, like, actually, well, there's a little bit of evidence, but there's no evidence by means of clothes in the wardrobe, personal things. There's a bit of rubbish. There's an odd toothbrush somewhere, but you don't know whether that's clean or an old one or just been disposed of, etc. There's a few little bits, but nothing personal, like, just nothing personal. So your impression would be nobody actually lives there, okay? Anyway, so I ring the cleaner, say, yeah, get round here, just get this done. My friend's moving in. Just give the house a whole deep clean, all the communal areas, and clean both these bedrooms that 2 people have just moved. So yeah, he goes up there, Bailey, gets it all spick and span, looking lovely, and then he leaves, okay? Spends the day there. My guy, I say to him, yeah, just take your stuff up there and move in. Anyway, he goes there after work with his partner about 11 o'clock the next evening. Now, bearing in mind it's been completely cleaned, there's like bedding and everything on the bed, it's all fresh and ready to go and empty and sparkling, etc., etc. Key outside for him. He goes in about 11 o'clock at night. Now, he goes to the room that we've given him directions to, and there's somebody in there. So he goes and opens the doors on all of the other rooms, thinking, well, hold on a minute, I must have made a mistake. Let me just try some of the other rooms. Anyway, all of the rooms are busy apart from one single room. Then he goes back, and there's people in bed. There's 3 girls in the house. The next day, they're going mad. Some big, massive 22-stone guy with a bald head came into my room last night at 11 or 10 o'clock. This isn't right. Anyway, so we get all of those fireworks the following morning. So I'm just wondering, like, what's actually happened? Like, what's going on, all of this? Everyone, riled and upset. And then I meet him in the afternoon to get the cigars from him the next day. And he says to me, just so you know, when I got to the house, me and my partner, we went into the room and there was a guy in the room. I was like, what? There was a man in the room. I was like, what? There was a man in the room in the bed, on the bed. What are you talking about, a man in the room on the bed? There's no men that live in the house. There's 3 girls. Everybody else has moved out. The last guy moved out on the 3rd of July. They're like, I said, describe him. This is what he looks like. They said he's got black hair. He's about this tall. He's very well spoken. He's Afro-Caribbean, they said. He's a black guy. And I'm like, hold on a minute. That is the guy that left on the 3rd of July. Was supposed to have left on the 3rd of July. So I'm like, this isn't right. So I asked more questions, find out a bit more, and do a bit of digging and find out that is him. He's in the house. So I said, well, how did it end? And he said, well, the guy just said to me, I don't mind jumping into the single room. So the guy just grabbed his stuff, grabbed his bag, and then moved into the single room. Just moved into the single room. And then they just continued and then moved in and stayed there. I was like, that is not acceptable. That's not right. We're going to find out. We're going to talk to him. You go to the house. There's some stranger in there in the fucking bed. We've had the room clean, the house clean. And some guy is in there, obviously rent-free and trespassing, and then just says, no worries. I'll just go into the other room. So he moves. I was like, this is just not right. So we do some digging, talk to the guy's mum, talk to the guy's dad. And they say he left on the 3rd of July and he went to live in Italy. Anyway, he's lied to them. He didn't leave on the 3rd. He didn't go to fucking Italy. Maybe he went to the fucking Italian restaurant, but he did not get to fucking Italy. He's still living in the fucking house like a little fucking rat, hiding and sneaking around. And every time we go there, he's never there. Every time we have an inspection or something, all the tenants in the house have been really suspicious. Asking for all of this notice and extra notice and let us know and what rooms are you coming and what are you looking at and what you checking and where do you need to go and how long are you going to be here. All of this stuff all of a sudden over the last 2 or 3 months, which we don't ever normally do. And they have a license for a room and they get to use the communal areas. They don't have a tenancy on that whole house. So it's our house and they rent a room from us. So just to get that right, so it doesn't fall out, it falls outside of the scope of what they're trying to do, and this is what you have to do, and this is the procedures, and this is the notice, and this is that, and you can't come in, you can't do that. That doesn't apply because they have a license for a room. That it applies to their room, but it doesn't apply to the common area. It doesn't apply to the rest of the house, etc. And they've refused our guys entry 3 times for electrical safety, gas safeties, and all those other things. We're like, what is going on? Now we fucking know what's going on. They're hiding this old fucking tenant. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this call. Hopefully it's good news. Okay, just taking a call there. Sorry about that, guys. Any ruffling, any muffling. Phone's still ringing. I'm in the car. Just going to meet this. Well, go to my house and try and catch this guy off guard before he gets removed from the property. So yeah, they've been hiding him. Obviously, maybe he's been paying them rent to hide him, or he's been living rent-free. He's already in 3 months rent arrears. He's just completely taking the piss, and he has a license, a holiday rental agreement. He does not have an AST. He's breaking the law. He's trespassing. He's illegal. It's just not good. It's just completely out of order. His mother's not interested. She was a guarantor. She was like, take me to court, do whatever you want. I'm not paying anything. I don't care about him. I've disowned him. You know, he's out of order. He should have been paying his bills and not paying the bills. I'm not paying the bills anyway, so she doesn't care. So as it happens, I'm in the road now. I'm going to just turn up at the property. I'm going straight into the property through the back door. I'm going to walk upstairs, go into all of the rooms. Well, all of the 2 rooms that are empty. One's my friend and one is probably him. And if he's there, he is leaving right now. So I'll come back to you with another episode, let you know how this goes, about this bloody squatter, this tenant, hiding in one of our properties, not answering our phone calls, living in the property for free, 3 months rent arrears, and he's on a holiday rental agreement. He has not got an AST. So it doesn't fall within like the COVID restrictions and you can't evict them for 3 months. He actually left and surrendered the tenancy. He just come back, basically broken in, and he's living in the fucking property rent-free. How rude is that? Anyway, that's my rant for the morning. And I'll let you know how it goes once we've been inside and maybe caught the guy, or maybe he's got the gist and he's left yesterday. We'll see. I'll share it in the next episode.
He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a fuck. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.